Okay, ready?
All right, this week for vault, we're working on board mechanics for compulsory 4s and compulsory 5s. A couple things that we want to make sure that they do is have good posture, good body position as they enter the board. We don't care so much about a big arm circle as long as their arms are low and in front of them when they come in and make contact with the board, and that their arms are reaching forward and up as they leave the board. We want to make sure that as we're doing these drills this week that we're emphasizing tight bodies, strong, tight arms, and that they get good, tight rebound. Here are a couple drills that we want you to work on. In this drill, Allison's doing a board punch. You see her hands come in front of her and then reach up off the board. She stays tight until she comes to a landing position. Here it is again. Hands in front, tight body, staying up and tight and hollow. The next drill is to emphasize getting their feet in front of them as they enter the board. So she's going to get her feet in front and then hop back after she hits the board. Here it is. Again, the arms are up tight and by her ears, her body position staying tight and strong. Another thing that we thought would especially help compulsory 4s, but that can be used for all levels, is awesome blade punches on the tumble tramp. This is just working them, taking them from the 1 foot to 2 foot. Go ahead, Allison. From the 1 foot to the 2 foot and punching in a tight body position. Make sure that when they do this, they do travel either and stay in the same place or travel slightly forward. We don't want them to bend their arms like Allison just did on that one, but we want their arms to stay tight and straight, circle in front, and push up. Good. And then finally, a good drill for combining this awesome blade punch and a handspring. This should help for their handspring on floor as well as their handspring vault, is this simple setup on the tumble tramp, and they can punch and do handsprings here. Good. And do that one more time. So Allison should be working on getting her hands in front of her on her approach and her hands reaching for the board or table. That was a nice one. Great. Yep. Go ahead. You're on.
For the compulsory 5 squat on, you just really need to make sure that you break the skill down into the specific pieces. These girls right here are doing a beat drill cast into a squat on. It's helping them keep their shoulders over the bar. Tiffany's going to cast, come back to the bar, and go again. That's going to make her lean forward so that she has her hips over the bar in the right position. This is a very simple beginning level drill that you can do for the girls, and it just gives them the confidence to see where they need to get their hips to. Once they get this drill down and they're comfortable bringing their toes to the bar, they can go from a cast or they can go from this drill to jumping over the bar.
One thing Samantha could do a little better is be pressing down through her shoulders, keeping her arms straight so she puts more weight on the bar. That one was better. You may begin.
Here, Emily is just doing a basic squat on drill over 2 trap mats, getting in the right position. Good. She could jump up off of the mat so that she's practicing jumping for the high bar as well. Go.
The most important skill for compulsory 4s and actually even compulsory 5s on beam is their cartwheel. The kids really struggle with this, so we got to spend a lot of time working proper technique on the floor, on a line. Here, Caitlin's working on the line. She should be in a good start position. She should stretch up. She kicks over, turns her hips, and steps down, seeing her front foot land and keeping her weight over her front foot. Here we can practice form and consistency landing on the beam. We can also work on positioning her front foot correctly as she lands because hers is turned the wrong way. So we can work a lot of technique on this drill. Here's a drill that you can help them learn to turn their hips and step down square for their cartwheel. They do a cartwheel where their belly will face the wall. They go up to a handstand, stop in the handstand, turn their hips, and then step down and finish. Good start position, stretch up, turn her hips, step down square. Great. The focus for compulsory 5's floor is round off back handspring, rebound finish. We didn't feel that you needed to see a bunch of back handspring stuff, but we do want to talk about some progression and some skills that you should be working on this. We definitely want them to be working on stretching up through their shoulders, pushing forward and being tight in their round-offs, snapping those round-offs down, and as the girls get better at their back handsprings, really working on stretching and popping that rebound at the end of their back handspring to a strong finish. A lot of you are taking the girls from the tumble tramp and then transitioning directly to the floor. Please make sure that you are doing skills and progressions in between tumble tramp and the floor exercise. We can use the wedge mats, you can be spotting things, and there are other back handspring drills that you can and should be doing. The round-off back handspring is definitely an important skill that they do well and progress in their compulsory 5 level so that they're ready for optionals. Good. After the girls are proficient at the handstand drill, you just continue the cartwheel through so that they continue the cartwheel and finish. Having a nice smooth motion, stretching over the top, squaring their hips, and stepping down to a finish. Straight legs and form can always be worked on at this station as well. Very nice.